How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
All right. It's good to see you all again. I've been here. I think I pitched last year. I think I've been at every startup night since. It's one of my favorite events that goes on here. It's a very easygoing, casual place to exchange ideas with like-minded individuals. So as Zach said, I developed tunnel traffic, and I've developed a lot of software, everything from games to like enterprise-level architecture. And one of the things that I enjoy doing, and over the past 2 years I've done, is pass my skills on in a program at Norfolk Collegiate school called Dev Team. So it's a group of really smart, capable young people like we have here, including Darden, who's developed an app for team sail. Team racing. So it's she actually competes in sailing. Is actually going to the nationals, I think, this weekend in Chicago. So she's going to talk a little bit about the app that she developed.
As Jeremy said, I'm Darden. I go to Norfolk Collegiate School, and I'm super excited to be here to show you what I've been working on for the past couple of years. Before I get into my app and what it does, I'm going to lay a little groundwork about sailing, because I'm going to go on a limb and guess a lot of you probably haven't sailed. Most of you probably haven't raced sailboats. I'm the captain of my school's sailing team, and I have spent years learning how to sail and how to team race effectively. And in the recent past, have been asked to help my coach with teaching our younger sailors how to team race. And I looked out there for some different applications, maybe things sailors could do at home. And I really started to get on this thing. It really bothered me. There was nothing that you could access on your computer that I could find to help anybody with these concepts. So that right there, some of you have probably seen something like that. That's a football play. And it's not all that different from what we use in sailing. So what we use There we go. What we use is something that looks like this. And we call these the same thing as you call for football. This is a play. The only difference is it uses boats instead of circles representing people. So basically it tells you where to be and what you're supposed to be doing. So if I were to look at this, I'd say this blue boat right here, he's slowing this red boat down so this blue boat can get through. That's my sailing play. So that's pretty simple, right? Everybody can kind of see that, and that's really nice. But what I discovered was that's great, but how do you remember that when you're on the water? Well, it takes a lot of practice, and that's the only real solution my coach had for us was practice it, do it on the water, try and remember it, and if you forget, I'm going to yell at you and make sure that you definitely remember next time. But what if I could cut down on that? I really wanted to be able to develop something where these younger sailors, these 8th and 9th graders coming in, could come in onto the water already knowing what these plays are. So we're not having to say, oh, you're supposed to be doing that. No, why are you doing that? You're supposed to be over there. So we don't have to go through that whole exchange on the water. We have a limited amount of time for practice like any sport. If I could cut down on that at all, it'd be amazing. So basically what I've done is I've created a quiz game that shows plays like the one I showed you and asks questions. Well, what play is this? What should this boat do here? With the intention of these sailors going home and getting on their computer or their iPad or their Windows phone or whatever they have and pulling it up and playing it a couple times a night. And within a year, you have those down cold. You never should have to look at them again. I mean, you go back and refresh yourself occasionally, but you have this nice, solid foundation now that you know you can refer to. And that's so huge in this sport. It's immensely big. I can't even explain to you how big it is. There's so many things to think about. You don't need to be thinking about this. So if we could just get our kids to remember what play we're in and what you're supposed to do, and there's the finish line, and do I finish or do I wait for my teammates? And so with this application, I hope to bring our younger sailors up with an easier way of figuring out and learning and understanding how these plays work without having to use our precious time on the water. That's all I really have. Does anybody have any questions? No questions? This is the title screen. It's really just, there's several different types of questions. So one is you have a question, you have a picture, and you have a true false. So are they in a play one? Show a picture. Yes, they're in a play one. No, they're not in a play one. Another one looks like.
Give them the URL.
What?
You want to give them the URL?
Another one looks like what play, or white is in a play two, and then it gives you these 4 images, and you have to find the one where white is in a play two. So it requires a little background knowledge, but it is meant to cement that knowledge, to show you that you either don't know or you do know it. And the third one is just a worded question with, if black has a combination of a 1, 2, 3, are they in a play one? So then you'd have, yes, they're in a play one. No, they're not in a play one. You'd pick the yes because they are in a play one.
Is it web-based or is it a mobile application?
Right now, it is only web-based, but my goal for the near future is to get it onto different mobile devices, such as your iPhone, so that it's not such a hassle to, you have to have your computer with you.
And is the goal to make this thing free and just better the sport of sailing as a whole, or?
Initially, yes, that is my goal right now, is to, at least for my team, make it free, and to be able to bring these kids up so it doesn't take them 4 years to learn everything. Maybe it only takes them 1 or 2.
Kind of like it's an electronic playbook.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Are you thinking about how this might transform into other sports or other applications?
I've thought a little about how it could go into different sports. I don't really play any other sports, but I do know that other sports have similar playbooks and rule books and call books, and so I believe the software could be easily manipulated to talk about football plays or basketball plays or rules for tennis. Yes.
So have you thought about putting this into like a wearable? So when you're playing the game, maybe you can access this database of knowledge on the spot. Like if I have my smartwatch, I can just look, okay, what play are we on right now? Or something like that.
I had not thought about doing that, but that's a really interesting idea.
You're welcome.
Yes, ma'am.
One of the things that this reminds me of is I sell insurance to small businesses, and we have an application with our insurance company that essentially does toolbox talks. So it's a safety thing, and before they go and work on the job, they discuss something and go over something specific to the job. I think this thing looks great in terms of every single one of you is sitting around here with your cell phone, right, before practice. And you could say, as the captain of the NOCO sailing team, like, okay, everyone pull up your sailing app and let's go over these couple of plays. And then we could ask questions and get feedback so you can really go over and review everything prior to getting on the water, like you said, to save a lot of that time.
That's the huge goal of this, is to make sure that everybody, I mean, it's only going to take a couple minutes. It's a 10-question quiz. Take 2 minutes to go over it and learn it. And a couple times a day, you'll have it. I mean, you could have it down over summer break if you do it a couple times a day.
Awesome.
And that could be amazing. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Do other teams have the ability to upload their own playbooks, or is it not your source?
They do not, but I hadn't thought about doing that because for the most part, sailing plays, there's not much debate over what gets done. It's typically where you win and lose is in the execution of what should be done. There's a pretty universal way to do things. There, of course, are some teams do have their own little spins on it, but they're minor enough that I did not create this for other teams to add their input into it. Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
just gonna make a comment. A few months ago, I was helping a friend of mine study for the LPAC exam, which is those hovercrafts in the military. And she was using a lot of flashcards and things like that. And it's sailing stuff, red over green, which way to go on the buoy, what means what, and different lights and things like that. And I think that this would be extremely helpful. The pass rate on that test is under 50%. And having something visual like this within those military tests, I think would be really nice as well.
I think you're really onto something in terms of teaching people how to sail the basics. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I think it's really cool.
Thank you.
I think this also sort of translates into, or compares with some of the stuff that some of the nice online teaching tools that younger children are using. Yeah. It's game theory. You learn a lot faster if you're having fun with it. And, you're winning and you're I'm going to get this point or that point, and it translates really well. I mean, I have a 9-year-old and she's doing these kinds of things on multiplication, division, and like algebra stuff. So that's the way to teach. So I think you're really on the right path. And I don't know anything about sailing, but it's complicated. So
Yeah.
Great job.